If you guys are looking to learn how to hit a forehand, then this video is for you. This video is the same thing that I would be doing with you if you were a beginner, if we took an in-person lesson together. We would be going through the same steps, same progressions to learn how to hit a forehand. All you have to do is stick through the whole video and you will leave knowing how to hit a proper forehand. So let's get started. So what is a forehand? A forehand is when the ball is on your dominant side, okay? So if it's on your non-dominant side, that's a backhand. If it's on your dominant side, that's the forehand. So the first thing that I have all my students do is I have them learn the swing path with the forehand, right? You want to start low and then go high. So once again, for the forehand, you want to start low and then go high. Why do you want to go low to high for the forehand? Is because you want to lift the ball over the net, right? You guys have a net, right, in tennis. So there's two things in tennis. Number one, I want to hit that ball forward. And number two, I want to get it over the net. So first, once again, I want to start low, and then I want to go high over my shoulder. I want to start low and then go high. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just toss you a couple balls, and we're just going to, again, we're going to make sure our racket starts low, and then we're going to go up over our shoulder every single time, all right? So low to high, low to high, all right? Just make sure you're going low to high. Also, make sure when you guys are swinging, your racket strings are tilted a little bit downward so the ball goes in, right? So this is step one. Just have someone feed you a ball or get your slinger bag and just go low to high. So I want to start with my racket low and then go up. We're going to do 5 more. Low to high. 4 more. Starting low to high. 3 more. Low to high. 2 more. Low to high. 1 more. Low to high. Good. So once you guys get that, I want you to start exaggerating your follow through. So notice when I go low to high, I'm going to finish over my shoulder every single time. So low to high, over my shoulder. Do 3 more. Low to high, over my shoulder. 2 more. Low to high, over my shoulder. And 1 more. Low to high, over my shoulder. Notice when I go over my shoulder, what I'm doing every single time is I'm pointing my elbow up. So step one, once again, is you guys want to start going low to high. But then once you guys get that, what you want to do is that once you're done, you want to swing over your shoulder and point your elbow to the court, right? So I want to start low. I want to go high over my shoulder and point the elbow to the court. 2 more. So I want to start low, go high over my shoulder and point my elbow to the court. 1 more. I want to start low, go high over my shoulder and point the elbow to your court. So step one, you're going to start going low to high. Step two, once you get that, what you're going to do is you're going to go low to high, and you're just going to finish with your elbow up. In tennis, to gain control, you guys have to give up control. What so many players do when they're starting to learn the forehand is that they try to have short strokes. They try to tap the ball over. You have to let the racket work for you. So by going with your elbow up at the end, that ensures that your racket did a proper swing path rotation every single time, okay? So the first thing, again, just start going low to high, shadow swings, then get someone to feed you a ball, slinger bag, your friend, your coach, start going low to high with a ball. Then once we master that, then what I want to start thinking is instead of making one motion low to high, now I want you guys to think that you guys are taking the racket back, then drop low to high. So there's 3 motions, there's 3, right? So number one, I want to take the racket back. Number 2, I want to drop the racket. And number 3, I'm going low to high. So step 1, I'm going low to high. Step 2, I'm taking the racket back. Then I'm dropping. Then I'm going low to high. If you guys can do this full motion, you guys will be able to get more momentum on the ball. And guys, back drop low to high is all that you need to know for your forehand. You first have to start low to high, then once you master that, then go back drop low to high. So here we are. We are going to get into it. I'm going to turn on the slinger bag and get started. So once again, I'm going back, then drop, then low to high. Once again, back, then drop, low to high. Notice when I take the racket back, drop low to high, I'm making a C when I swing. I'm making a C, so watch my C. So top of the C, drops bottom of the C, and then over my shoulder. So once again, I'm taking the racket back, then I'm dropping, then low to high. Do 3 more. Back, drop, low to high. 2 more. Back, drop, low to high, and 1 more. Back, drop, low to high. Okay, so by doing that, I'm going to be able to get under the ball. When I drop, I'm getting under the ball and lifting it. When I take the racket back, I get momentum. When I drop, I get under the ball. So that is phase number 2 of the forehand, right? To go through the motions, all 3 steps. Step number 1, taking the racket back. Step number 2, dropping to get under it. And step number 3, going low to high. And once again, you want to point the elbow up every single time. So I would just want you guys to, once again, just go back, then drop, then the ball's going to bounce, you're going to go low to high. Once again, you're going to take the racket back, then drop, ball's going to bounce, then go low to high. Once you guys get that separated, right, you guys are going through each phase, all right? Step 1, step 2, then swing. Then what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to put every step together. So instead of going back, then drop, low to high, I want you to make it one fluid motion. So start going back, drop, low to high, back, drop, low to high, back, drop, low to high. And remember, I told you guys about the C, right? Think about top of the C. So top of the C is when I take it back. Then when I drop, I'm making a curve of the C, and then I'm going over my shoulder. Once again, top of the C is back. Then when I drop, that's the curve of the C, and then I'm going over my shoulder. So I'm making a continuous C every single time I hit. So here we are, let's get started. I'm going to start making the C, putting all the steps, putting the low to high, putting the back to drop, and putting the back drop low to high all together. So here we are, let's get started. So back, drop, low to high, back, drop, low to high. One continuous motion. And once you guys get this, it's going to take time. You guys got to make muscle memory. But once we can make it one full motion, it's going to be so much easier to hit. I got to get under it. So back, drop, low to high. Let's slow it down real quick, right? So back, drop, low to high. And start slow, right? Just start going through one fluid motion. Back, drop, and say it to yourself. If you guys can say it out loud, you guys will be able to register it easier into your muscle memory. It's kind of like writing notes down, handwriting notes, right? Just studying tons of repetition. So back, drop, low to high. Then once we get that and you guys get comfortable with it, all I want you to do is start increasing your swing speed, right? So instead of back, drop, low to high, back, drop, low to high, start swinging a little bit faster, increasing your racket speed once you guys get it. Looks like the slinger is jammed, or hopefully we didn't run out of balls. I want to go over this last part with you guys. Let's see. Oh, we're good. So sometimes, guys, I dropped the link in the description, but sometimes the slinger, all it does is it gets jammed. If it does, if the ball doesn't work, just push the balls back. There's an oscillator in it. Sometimes they get stuck on top, right? So we're going to start speeding it up, right? So we're going to start speeding up the swing. And also notice, when I speed up the swing, I can start hearing it. I can hear the whoosh of my racket. That means my swing is going at the proper speed, because if I swing slow, it's not going to work. If I swing fast, I can hear the sound, all right? So I'm going to just try to make it one more fluid motion, a little bit faster of a swing. So here we are, let's get started. So back drop, low to high, I'm increasing my swing speed. So here we are, speeding it up every single time. So I'm going to speed it up and just put it all together. So then, if I want to hit even harder with my forehand, if I feel like I've mastered the swing path, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting into my legs. So in tennis, all of the power comes from your legs. So if you get into your legs, you're going to be able to hit a bigger ball. So taking a racket, back drop, low to high, but now I'm getting into my legs every single time, right? Back drop, low to high. Do 5 more. Here we are. 5, 4 more. 4, 3 more. 3, back drop, low to high. Notice I'm saying it every single time, right? So I can register it in my muscle memory, right? Get in the rhythm. Back is 1, drop is 2, low to high is 3. So I can also do that. So watch, right? 1, 2, 3. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Do 5 more. 1, 2, 3. So if you guys can associate 1, 2, 3 rhythm with your tennis swing, you guys will be able to be much more effective out on court. 1, 2, 3. Last one, I'm getting tired. 1, 2, 3. So that is how you learn a forehand, okay? So once again, step number 1 is you want to start low to high, right? So you want to start low and then go to high. Low to high. Then once you master that, you want to add another step, right? You want to add back and then drop. You want to add 2 steps, right? So then after you go low to high and you understand that, then what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the back to drop, then low to high. And step number 2 again is you want to just separate it into parts, right? So back, drop, low to high. Separate it. Back, the ball's going to come, then you're going to drop, then low to high. Once you guys get that, then start making it one continuous motion. So then back, drop, low to high. Back, drop, low to high. Back, drop, low to high. Then once you guys get that, I want you guys to start speeding up your racket speed, your swing path, right? Start making it faster that you could hear it against the wind. And then if you guys want to get even more power, what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to start getting into your legs while you hit. So once again, guys, if you guys can follow this specific process, you will learn how to hit a forehand. As always, guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. I dropped the link to the slinger bag on the description. So if you guys purchase the slinger bag, I will give you a discount to the balls that it comes with. You'll get, like, I think it's $40 off. So feel free to DM me on Instagram or send a comment saying I bought a slinger bag with your email, and I'll reach out and give you a discount. Have a good one, guys, and happy hitting.